I'm Detective Lieutenant Elliot, and this is Trooper Wagner. We just want to ask a few questions. We understand the night of his demise, the family have gathered to celebrate your father's 85th birthday. How was it, by the way?
The party? Pre my dad's death? Oh, it was great.
Congratulations on the film. So the film opens and closes with a mug that says, "My house, my coffee, my rules. What is your strange house rule?"
No bullshit.
No bullshit? House rules. You know, we don't smoke. Sorry. You know, I like, as soon as, you know, and there's nothing worse than a reformed smoker. There's probably nothing worse than a reformed drinker, you know, because but I have alcohol in my house easily. But smoking, I just don't.
No,
I probably, my rule is probably no smoking.
We have a backyard for that. So.
Yes.
Which is interesting because your character, you know,
smokes. I know. I hadn't smoked in a long time.
Wow. Did you actually smoke?
I did.
Daniel, your Southern accent is so good in this film. And you also did one for Logan Lucky. So how easily does a Southern accent come to you?
Not easily, and no accent comes to me easily at all. I wish they did. I'm a terrible mimic. I was just talking to someone the other day about it and sort of saying if I do impressions of people, they just all sound like the same person. It's like I don't have so I have to really work at it. It's like kind of learning a song or something. I have to kind of just bash away at it for months on end before. And then when it's in, and then I can just do it and I can say anything in it. And it has to be like that. I can't put it on.
Was the accent your idea or Ryan's?
It's his.
It's in the script.
It's in the script. Yeah, it's in the script. I mean, he described him, and the way the script's written, he's written as this sort of eloquent Southern gentleman, someone who's used to oratory, who's used to speaking, who likes the sound of his own voice, who speaks his thoughts to get his head together. So it was just there. So I just, I filled in the gaps.
So when you saw the script, were you excited at the possibility of doing another voice other than James Bond?
I was excited about doing the script. It's like it's so beautifully written and so much fun. And I belly laughed when I read it the first time, and belly laughed when I read it the second time. I mean, it's that kind of and we were saying, one of the big satisfying things for me, watching it in front with an audience, because it's one of those movies that it screams to go and be seen by in a movie theater. And that people got the gags, and they got every gag. I mean, they get every gag. You say every gag, that every character has, and you're it's so satisfying.
Oh, so sad. I belly laughed watching the both of you. Jamie, was it hard to keep a straight face on scene when you were doing your monologue, specifically going through all the details of the mystery?
Well, it's not hard doing a straight face because he's telling a story. He's a storyteller. I mean, really, what a detective who's working out ideas in his head, he's telling all of us a story. And his sort of mellifluous? Help me.
Mellifluous.
Say it again.
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous voice. This honeyed, whiskey-honeyed, delicious molasses voice is compelling. So I wouldn't say that what he was saying was funny in that moment, because he's telling the story. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to keep a straight face around Michael Shannon, period. Like anything he does, scripted, even if you know what's coming. He does it in a weird way that makes you laugh.
So great. Really quick, you compare the mystery to the center of a donut. If you guys were a donut, what donut would you be and why?
I'm just glazed.
I'm old-fashioned. Yeah. There's an old-fashioned donut.
Oh, I didn't know.
Has more rough edges. It's kind of glazed, but glazed is sort of that shiny thing, and it's all sticky. Old-fashioned are they look like crowns. Oh. They kind of have little edges, and they're a little crispier.
Oh.
Up your ass.
Oh, very nice.
Matter of fact,
Oh my God.
eat shit. How's that? Eat shit. Eat shit. Eat shit.
Smug smile.
Definitely eat shit.
So the film obviously opens up and closes with a mug that says, "My house, my coffee, my rules." So what is your strange house rule?
My personal house, or the house I grew up in?
Your personal house.
My personal house, I don't have many rules. I don't know that I have any. Do you have rules?
Or the one you grew up in then?
Shoes off. It's not that uncommon.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
No? No rules back home? There must have been.
No, I
Your
don't.
mom didn't have any rules?
I don't know. Not really.
Come as you are, huh?
Yeah, I guess my childhood, and then, yeah, I guess it was like that.
Yeah.
Just come back when you're hungry. And you get some beans. Yeah.
Both of your characters are heavily involved in the narrative of this film. So were you guys given the whole script, and did you know what the ending was?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like getting the whole script of a film?
Well, I mean, typically you get the whole script, but it was certainly a fun read. You know, it's one of those movies that you burn through because you don't really know who did it. It was a real page turner. I mean, I was guessing until the very end.
Yeah. Likewise, I mean, it was very original and surprising and exciting. And I obviously right away fell in love with my character. And it was like, you need to do this, please.
Yeah. I love Marta.
Please. I promise I'll be good.
Yeah.
I love the character Marta so much. And the family in the movie misidentifies, you know, your character's culture so much. And we never really get to find out where Marta's from. So did you develop a cultural background for your character prepping for this film?
The actresses who played my mom and sister were actually Cuban like me. So I think we went with it. We just didn't want to get into actually saying in the movie where she was from, because Cuba and the US have very specific rules and laws for immigration, and that would have complicated the whole thing. So I think at the end of the day, I think it was intentional actually not saying where she was from and leave people still guessing where she, you know.
Chris, I have to ask you, everyone's probably asked you today, but what was it like telling everyone to eat shit?
It's great. It's really satisfying. I think it's a very appropriate statement. You know what I mean? Like, it really kind of is, I was going to say, it's very cutting. Yeah, it was. I mean, initially, the line was F off, but we didn't want to make it an R-rated movie. And I have a friend that used to say, eat my shit. And I always thought it was such a funny thing to say.
I was going to do that. I was waiting for this.
But yeah, eat shit just felt right. Can I say eat shit? It's too late now. I've said it like 37 times. Yeah.
I think when he says that, we're all so happy to tell them, this family eats shit, that it's the first time I think we like.
Yeah,
Ransom.
exactly. It's like his one redeeming sin.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, thank you.
Somebody said it.
Say it.
Yeah. What was your go-to insult growing up?
Probably F off, you know? Yeah, because it's got a, for a Boston accent, F off. Like, you can really drag that off out in a way. Yeah.
I would like to request that you all stay until the investigation is completed.
What? Can we ask why? Has something changed?
No.
No, it hasn't changed, or no, we can't ask.
Congratulations on the film.
Thanks.
The film opens and starts with a mug that says, "My house, my coffee, my rules." Don, what is your strange house rule?
My strange house rule? I have very few rules in my house. Don't lie. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't, if you make a mistake, fix it. And don't speak unless it's funny.
Wow. Does anyone get punished if they say something that's not funny?
No, those are the rules. You just stick to the rules. You don't get punished.
You obviously...
I just point to the rules. I say, oh, no, see, that's rule number 3 right there. You got to...
Don't talk anymore.
Yeah. You're not funny. See, right there it says rule number 4. You got to be funny.
I love it. I would not last a day in your house. You obviously played an iconic detective in Miami Vice. So did you give these guys any pointers on how to play a cool, suave detective?
Oh, no. They don't need any help. They're pretty capable.
Did you feel like the detective come out in you during this one?
No, because I was I loved playing this sort of do nothing sort of cad kept man, that I was having a blast with that.
Was it hard to keep a straight face during some of the scenes?
Really hard. You know who had the most difficult time was Rian Johnson, the director. We'd be in the middle of the scenes and he'd be standing by the camera just cackling, just giggling. Oh, I'm sorry guys, we've got to do it again. It made me laugh.
Speaking of detectives, Daniel Craig's character refers to the mystery as the center of a donut.
Oh, yeah, let's not ruin it for people because that speech is fantastic.
It's so unreal. But if you were a donut, Don, what donut would you be and why?
Lay's, baby.
Why?
I like it straight and real and sweet.
You have like well thought out answers for everything. House rules, the donuts.
Yeah, babe. There you go. I've been around a while. I've had time to think about this.
The family is truly desperate. When people get desperate, the knives come out. This is a twisted web.
So the film starts and ends with this mug that says, "My house, my coffee, my rules." So I want to know, what are your strange house rules? Ooh.
My mother's half Korean, and I'm quarter Korean, so no shoes in the house. Just be clean. That's not unusual, but that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
No, I was gonna say the same. I just spent the last year living in Europe, and it's you take off your coat, you take off your shoes, but then some other places that I've grown up in, it's like you don't take off your shoes. So I'm like, okay, now I'm whatever. I take them off. I don't take them off. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends where you live or what you do.
If you guys had to come up with a strange house rule, what would you come up with?
You have to pee outside. Can't use the bathroom. That's where my mind went.
Wow.
That's where my mind went because I kind of have to use the bathroom right now. But,
okay. You're gonna be. We're not gonna make you go outside. I'm gonna guarantee that.
Thank you.
I feel like I have a lot of creative friends, so if I had a house rule, I'd be like, please leave something or like draw something or something like that. Because
that's a much better answer than mine.
I don't know. I've lived out of bags for the last 3 years, so to have a home and somewhere like in one place is a real dream. But like I've learned that like your home and your home is where your friends are and where people you love are. So that having little pieces of your friends is not actual pieces of your friends, but like
bags out on a whole other level. Oh, that's beautiful. One of my favorite parts in the film is when Daniel Craig's character compares the mystery to the center of a donut. So if you guys were a donut, what donut would you be and why?
Wow.
Hard-hitting questions today.
I love this. I wish I had, like, some people are really clever with their answers and like, I think I'm just going to be ridiculous, but what would you say?
Oh, God. Well, we took that BuzzFeed test yesterday where you had to pick a donut to see if you were guilty or whether you would survive a dinner party.
Yeah.
And my theory was that if you picked jelly donut, it represented blood and death.
So you're a jelly donut?
Maybe I'm a jelly donut because I represent blood and death.
I feel like I'd go original, but I'd want like an original donut, but like just because it's but like a stable, consistent. I don't know. Maybe that's an aspiration to be just like a consistently pleasant donut, but then like put like a sparkler in it, so it's a bit of more of a surprise. Yeah, a little bit different. I don't know. Maybe
there is one guilty party behind it all.
You know something. Spill it.
Oh my God. Tell me what happened to my grandfather.
I'm going to ask you about Marta's character because she does something really weird and funny when she lies. How did you come up with that?
So Marta, the character of Marta that Ana de Armas plays, she can't lie, otherwise she will puke. So it's kind of like a story thing that I had where her character is in a really tough position and the only way to get out of that is by lying. And something I learned from Vince Gilligan, you want to make life as hard as possible for your characters if you're a writer. And so giving her this unmissable, very splashy thing where you can't miss it, everyone's going to know if she tells a lie. That seemed like a good thing to do.
How did you go about giving out the script, Ryan? Did you just give certain cast members their lines to keep everyone guessing, or did you give out the whole script?
I gave the whole script to everyone. I'm a very trusting person. I'm maybe way too trusting. I was like, here, everyone read it. Yeah. No, but I felt like everybody kind of needed to know the entire thing coming into it so they knew how their part fit in. So I didn't do any games where I like held anything back. I was just like, nope, this is a story we're all telling. Let's have fun and do this.
So nice. And you can tell everyone's having fun and doing it.
That's one of the things I'm really happy about with the movie. I feel like you really can tell how much fun everybody's having on screen. And that's a real reflection of how it felt on set. And God, Daniel Craig, you can really tell how much fun he's having. He's having a blast. He's just cutting loose.
Yeah, I was talking to him. He was saying that you actually wrote the accent into the script. So did you envision, how he was going to come out with that accent while you were writing the role?
No, I wrote Southern accent just kind of vaguely thinking, well, he'll be a fish out of water amongst all these rich New Englanders. And then Daniel and I collaborated to figure out what the accent would actually be. Because Southern accent, there's so many variations, so many things it could be. And we landed on like a Mississippi accent that's very kind of honeyed, sort of pleasing to listen to, basically, was what we were going for. Kind of foghorn leghorn a little bit.
Were there any inspirations for that?
Yeah, he found, we discussed, there's this historian, Shelby Foote, who was in Ken Burns' Civil War documentary and a lot, and he has that exact Mississippi accent in a very low register, and it's just the most pleasing thing. It's great to put on to fall asleep to, because it's like a lullaby. It lulls you to sleep.
Another thing you notice while watching this film is the sets are so beautiful and intricate, like the one we're sitting in now. Yeah, do you have a favorite hidden detail? And if so, what is the meaning behind it?
There are so many things. I mean, even just looking, this is actually this is the real set, like a picture of the real set that we were on. And I was just staring at the books on the shelves, everyone. I love the main character, or one of the main characters, Christopher Plummer's character, is a mystery writer. And we created all these fake books. And as someone who grew up loving murder mystery books, creating all these fake titles and book covers, if you can pause the movie when you get it on home video and read all the titles, we had fun.